Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Transport Fever 2. This is SimNationGaming here, joining you along this train ride of that was a train wreck of an entrance. Anyways, all right, so we're back here on another episode. Last time we left off, we just finished building infrastructure, running grain to our food production, and then running food production to our cities. So today, what we're gonna do is we got Dallas and Buffalo linked up on food. We got lines serviceable and running. So now I want to link up Chicago and Moorhead with food. Yummy, yummy food. So that's what we're working on. So we have, like I said, the main infrastructure laid. It's just a matter of connecting tracks. Um, the other thing is I don't like is I'm not liking some of this, but I think once we get all this trackage in here, we can always adjust where the cargo, the train depot is, and then adjust so it's connectivity for everything. Um, so obviously this line is probably going to run to Moorhead, and this line is probably going to run to Chicago. The Chicago line is going to be interesting to do. I might end up mirroring this line just because it might be the easiest. But let's work on connecting to Chicago. So we're going to do that right now. So we're going to grab right here and we're going to start running it. It's going to be a slow traverse through here just because I have to get it kind of tight. There's really no option. So we're only going to be running 40 miles per hour through that section there. But now that we're on there, we can come over here. And we're going to have to, oh, I connected that. I didn't mean to connect that. I wanted to be next to it. Let's delete that for a second. And let's see how we're looking. Alright, I need to get on, what side's the cargo station on? Cargo station there, so I want to stay on the side I'm on. No, I want to cross right now. So we're going to cross over right here. And this one's going to come in right about there. And then let's drop some signals in here. A signal and a signal. Alright. Alright, we're going to keep running this right up and along. Now, can you imagine, like, I know I'm running a lot of individual main lines where I could have just ran like a double or a triple main line and then do, oh no, a lot of different switch points and stuff like that. The reason why I don't do that is I get annoyed after a while. The amount of setup, I guess, logistics. Like, I eventually will. I'm still learning the game. I eventually would really like to play the game on like a strategical hard mode. Something that's really going to challenge me. And maybe do like a hard mode realistic. The other thing I want to do, which might actually work on hard mode, maybe not, it'd be worth a shot, is I really want to do with the tiny map challenge. Essentially, the tiny map will only give you 3 cities. That's it, which is not a lot. And you have to make a profit on hard on a tiny map where you're very limited industries. I feel like it'd be really, really hard, but I feel like it'd be really, really fun. Definitely something I'm going to try. I'm hoping to try it with you guys, so we'll look into that. Maybe we can focus on that next after we finish this. And we'll see from there. Alright. There we go. Took a little bit, but we got her connected. We've got to reconnect to this. Too much of a slope. Alright, so we're going to delete back here then. Back here. Why don't we do this? some character to it. Have it come across here. Have it, oops. Have it slope right between these trees, this little forest. Just like that. See, that looks nice. Get in our terrain tool. Okay, so now I need to come over here. Link that up. Awesome. So that will give us the ability to do another line from there to the cargo station. And this will be our R for rail. Dallas Eats to Chicago City. And what do we need to do to connect the train? So that bends out pretty quick. So that comes back. Well, actually, I could just click on the end of this and put a curl in here, like a Y, and I should be able to connect with it. So I click right on here, build train. We're going to utilize these switchers. I like them. I don't know why. 72. How fast does it go, though? You know, I didn't look at that. Oh, wait. 56. Oh, that's not bad. I thought 37. I was like, nope. Gone. And hopefully that train should be able to get to where it needs to go. Oh, I do need to put in some switches right here. Or some signals. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Alright, so he's held up at that signal. This is going to come down and around. Correct? Correcto. Great. So that's going to do its thing. So now we can look at Moorhead. Now Moorhead, I made a huge boo-boo when I was building Moorhead. And I kind of limited the growth of my rail, or blocked my rail, by putting this in and then having it come across here. I should have functionally gone in like this. Or gone in like this. But doing that ended up making it where it made it really hard. So I'm actually doing a shared station. So this is not only a passenger station, but this is now a freight station. And with that said, we have a couple different lines that come in here. We have your 3 passenger lines, and then I have my 1 bricks line. So we're going to configure this so we can add another line. We're going to go ahead and put in some more tracks, because this will be our food line coming in now. And we may lose a building. Not yet. The fuel line we will. So let's build this out. So we're going to kind of do what we have been doing this whole time, which is following right along the trackage. And we're going to, I don't know how we didn't lose those buildings. I gotta figure out how to catch this line right here. Alright, that's back together. And then we'll slide this in. Too much curve. Alright, let's completely demolish this for a second. And we'll drop another building in. We'll just go more this way. Like so. And we'll drop the tracks in like that. Okay. Alright, let's continue on. So we're going to have this line cross over the water here. let's start capping into here. Put in some signals. Oh, we got some newer signals here. What do we got? Lighted. Let's put in some of these more modern signals. I like them. Okay, so let's go back to the track. Squeeze on the track. Alright, so now we can connect here and connect this one to that one, and this will be rail, and it will be Dallas Eats to Moorhead City. Awesome. So now all of the cities will be connected with food, but we are definitely not getting enough grain. So we're going to do a couple things here. Well, also I have to get that connected to... Can I put a switch in right here? Yes. So there we go. So that'll work for that. So let's go ahead and buy, let's see here, steam, cargo, 60 units, and this will be to Moorhead. No, Dallas Eats to Moorhead. So now if I go in the lines, I want to make sure I got, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. I got all of that. Not making some money here. Alright, but now I want to bring in... this. Back things. Go to steam, because we don't have any diesels yet. Nope, no electric. Go with this big bad boy. Cargo, we're gonna have to go with these now. Make it so we can have 104, and we're gonna buy 2 of them, and then we're gonna put 1 on that one. Alright. So we should be sending out more. Let's kind of sit back and see what happens here. Let's watch it. And we can chit-chat while we're waiting. So like I was talking about in my last video, what I do for a living other than trying to create content. So, I own an auto repair shop. Had it for about 9 years now. Do all types of repairs. Everything from rebuilding transmissions to rebuilding motors to just the simplest as oil changes and alignments and tires. I employ 5 full-time people. My wife runs the office. I run the shop. I have a real passion for cars. The one thing I will admit is my hobby of cars has died in the last 9 years, and I think it's because it's what I do every day, day in and day out, 10 to 12 hour days, 5 days a week. But I do love the satisfaction of what I've created and what I've built. I live in a small town with, only about 2,000 people, so the area out here is very rural, but the community is very supportive, and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for a thing. I really like playing video games, and that kind of led me into making videos. Is I play them all the time. It's definitely a great stress relief. So why not record it and put out some content out there and see people like it? That was my thought. Whether it's going to work out, I don't know. But you know what? I'm enjoying it and I'm having fun. And to me, that's all that matters. So what are you gonna, But that's pretty much myself in a nutshell. Um, if you're watching these videos, I am very new at this, so if you see something that you're like, oh man, he should totally do this, it'd be so much better, or your voice is a little too raspy or hoarsely, you need to do it like this, or stuff like that, please drop a comment. I don't mind criticism one bit. I don't think you can improve unless you give adequate criticism so you know what to adjust and fix. So by all means, please feel free to criticize me all you want. It's really cool when you look at like the different things in this game. Like when you zoom in, like look at Moorhead. Like look at these cool buildings. Like I love it. I really do. Like look at that. The old stone fascia. Like that is, and like just the difference in between like this here versus like this is, I mean, don't get me wrong. These buildings all look old. When you're looking at it from here to here, you can see the improving as it goes along. Definitely federal style buildings. Oh, there goes a couple of my trams. It says lots of factories. So Moorhead's got a population of 539 residents. It's got 272 shopping facilities and 410 places to work. We are hitting a demand of 42 of 1,005 bricks, and we're hitting 4 food out of 1,005 food. The station placement is good. Traffic is very good. The emissions is mediocre, which once we get out of the steam age, that'll help clear up quite a bit. The steam age really kills emissions, which think about it. They do emit a lot of emissions. And then when we look at Dallas is looking pretty good. Got some heavier congestion downtown in this area. Looks like the industrial has really grown in around the cargo station, which is great. Residential is definitely picking up around the passenger station. Let's see here how we look. So 624. Oh, just apparently 12 people just moved out. 392 shopping facilities, 514 working places. What's interesting about this has less shopping facilities, but more workplaces than what Moorhead did that we're just looking at. We're meeting 30 demand out of 1083 for food, and we're meeting 72, 87 out of 1070 for demand for bricks. Station placement is not as good here as this says mediocre. I don't really know why. I feel like my station placement on here is par, unless I wonder if that also like means because I have a lot of passengers waiting. If that's what that could very well affect that. Traffic's very good, and emissions again same thing. Steam air kills cities. We'll go take a look at Chicago. Chicago has 652 residents. It's kind of on an even till. 380 shopping facilities, 594 working facilities. It has fulfilling 32 out of 1080 for the food and 70-ish out of 1080 for the brick. The station is good. The traffic is good. The emissions is mediocre, but I'm not getting a negative bonus off of Chicago. Kudos to Chicago. Looking at Chicago, oh, look at that, though. Look how the bigger buildings are getting built up as they go up the hill. That is, what would look awesome right down this road right now? A tram line. Yes, I said it. That would tell me that would not look really nice. That would be pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Look at that. I could definitely dig that. Can you imagine walking around in an area like that? Huh. What's really cool is you're standing right here, right at this corner. And you look down the hill where it comes down. Beautiful steam engines rolling in with this nice passenger station. Trolleys going by. Kudos to Chicago. Building up good. Alright, let's go check out Buffalo. And here's Buffalo. Buffalo is still the largest city I have in size. Largest by 100 plus. So this is at 705 is the size. So let's take a look at Buffalo. Actually, Buffalo is really growing. Pretty huge residential area right in here. Looks like we got some commercial here and then industrial over here. Population 769 residents currently reside in Buffalo. 447 shopping facilities. Oh, looks like we got our first electric train available. And 876 workplaces. We're meeting 61 out of 1457, but we're meeting 241 out of 1457. Our station though is poor. Do we have a ton of people waiting? No. Must be the placement. You know, well, yeah, you think about it, it is, because here's my passenger terminal, and all I'm getting is this. That's it. Where this station is hitting everything right on the head. So that's why is my passenger just not. I wonder if I put in. I bet. I'd hate to lose a house. Is there more? Oh, that's a pretty big. Never mind. Oh, that's pretty nice. Now, how are we doing with brick? Holy Jesus, we need to send out a lot more bricks. Alright, so we're going to definitely up this now that I'm looking at this and I'm checking on it. So, bricks to Dallas, 210. Bricks to Moorhead, 167. We have a ton of stone coming in, which is great. So, let's manage these lines here. So, we're going to click on this here and we're going to manage vehicle. And this is only carrying 4. And I don't want to. Oh, let's pause it because it's here in the station. So it can only carry 48, and it has 221 sitting there. We're going to up that like crazy. So we're going to go ahead and add enough for capacity of 200. We're going to get rid of the engine, and we're going to put in a more powerful engine. We're going to go with this one. Oh, but that does... What else is that? So we just way upgraded this train. That's going to take a huge load of bricks. Off it goes. Alright, so the next one we're going to look at is the Moorhead City. Look at that. That looks nice. I can't complain. Well, I could complain, but would anybody listen? Probably not. Now, I really like my trains. But we gotta do fuel next. We could do... I don't know, say we could do boats that go to like a main terminal, main port, build the port in Moorhead, and then truck out the fuel. But we'd have to worry about traffic. We'd have to worry about road infrastructure. But that'll give us definitely a different... So what I worry about with boats is I've played this game a lot, but I still haven't quite figured out bridges. And the boat will go right through there. No problem. But it doesn't look right. So I've never been able to really figure out how to do bridges. And it's got a lot of bridges. It's got how many bridges? 1, 2. Oh wait, is Dale's gonna start building the? Dude, if Dallas starts building on the other side, that would be really cool. I will admit that. I'd be pretty stoked to see that. All right, how's this going? Looks like we're picking up, taking out, and we are out. How are we out of grain? I should have 3 grain trains running. So there's one that just brought it in. Where's my other grain trains? I'm running 25 million an hour right now, or a year, or whatever that means. Can't complain there. Debate now. Like, I like my trains, but we've utilized trains for 2 industries and passenger travel. I feel like I should do something different for fuel, so it's not just all completely train related. I should change the name of the series to Train Everything. I just really like my trains. I think I'm going to bump up my speed and the time a little bit. Let's go up to... Yeah, we'll go up to 1 times. Alright, so if I did a huge port... You know what it would be neat to do some days? Like, you know how I was talking about the tiny map challenge? Right? So do that on hard. But if we did a challenge, like I create a map where there's, say, 4 or 5 cities, right? But in the very middle of the map, build a huge inbound and outbound complex. And what I mean by that is put all of my production chains there. So, like, you know, if I did fuel, bricks, and grain, you know, have my food production plant, do 2 food production plants, 2 brick, you know, construction material plants, then do 2, you know, fuel plants, and had everything come into this one big section, and then have everything go out to the surrounding areas, but utilize it, you know, utilize all 3 of the, well, there's airplanes, but minus airplanes, utilize all 3, which would be, you know, the, whatever you call it, boating, trains, and like have raw production come in by boats, and then have it move from the boating by trucking to your production facilities, and then shipped out from the production facilities by train. Actually, might be pretty cool. I'm kind of getting into all of it. Alright, looks like we got our bricks settled out good. Yeah, I guess the next step here would be fuel. I really want to think about what I want to do with the fuel. I try to make these episodes an hour long. This one's going to be short, just because I definitely got the food together a lot quicker than I thought I would. But I really want to think about what I want to do with fuel. Because I would love to do boats, but I don't know what I'll do with these train bridges. Unless I did something where... I mean, I could technically put in like what I need here and have it shipped from here to here. But like, because it says 1 bridge that's killing me, but it doesn't mean I couldn't figure out a different placement of that. It would take some big overhaul. Oh, we got a big building. Oh, that is really cool. That's like right on the water. That is pretty neat. I would definitely live there. I feel like you'd have to have some money to live there. Huh. Is that our first tall building? Moorhead the first? Swing over to Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo doesn't have any tall buildings yet. What about Chicago? Come on, Chicago's the skyscraper city of America. Where is it at? I think New York City's the skyscraper capital, but Chicago's got some. I think Chicago's got the biggest, tallest building in North America, being the Chase Tower, and then you got New York City comes behind with like the Freedom Tower, Empire State Building. Look at that. So it's funny. So Dallas and Moorhead, which were the 2 set behind, are the first to have high rises, but that might be because since they were behind, their developing might be quicker. It doesn't show as an upscale, but 693, that's pretty good. We're Is Buffalo still ahead though? Let's find out. Buffalo is, but catching up quick. It's still a 100 plus gap. Never mind. Dallas surpassed Chicago. Dallas is on booming. Wow. You know why? Because Dallas is getting food so much quicker than everyone else. Although Buffalo is getting hammered with how are we looking at our stations? Are we leaving any behind? Doesn't look like it. Very little. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to end this episode now. I appreciate you guys, checking out my episode, my series. I'm sorry this video is a little bit shorter, but I don't want to just draw out and bore you guys. There's really nothing to do. I definitely want to consider boats for next episode for the fuel, something different. Even if it's not boating, maybe we go trucking, and then that'll force us to build some really cool highways and stuff like that. The only problem with that is we don't have highways yet, but I did speed up the time because I want to get the highways, and then we could really utilize them. I mean, we can literally build a whole freeway system between the four of them with on ramps and off ramps, and just go into detail with that. That'd be something that'd be neat. So I think we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna end the episode right here. Quick recap on what we did is Buffalo, Chicago, Dallas, and Moorhead are completely linked up with food. They also now they have food, passenger service, and brick service. So the last but not least will be the fuel service, and then we'll start tweaking it. Maybe we'll phase something out because airplanes are going to eventually come and do a really big effect. Not yet, but eventually cargo airplanes will come and do large scale effect. So appreciate you guys tuning into my videos. If you like them, please like and subscribe. Consider a follow. I'm on TikTok. I am on Twitch under SimNationGaming. And I live stream every Tuesday and Thursday nights on Twitch at 8 o'clock Eastern. Join us. I play a lot of Valheim and Forest on there. I also stream throughout the week sometimes too, whether it's Transport Fever or Valheim by myself or whatever it is. So I'll see you guys next episode.